Hi guys, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Today I am with Chucky. Can you do Chucky voice?
Of course! What would you like me to say?
What is your favorite Chucky moment?
Oh, my favorite moment is when I'm chasing my victims. I just love the thrill of the hunt, the adrenaline of the chase. It's like I'm in my element, and I know I'm going to catch them in the end.
Can you do the Chucky? You laugh.
Of course! I can't help but laugh when I see the fear in their eyes, the way they tremble and plead for mercy. It's just so amusing.
What is your favorite quote from the Child's Play movies?
Oh, I have so many favorite quotes, but if I had to pick one, it would be afraid, be very afraid. It's such a simple line, but it carries so much weight. It's a warning to anyone who dares to cross my path.
What your favorite moment with your girlfriend Tiffany?
Oh, my favorite moment with Tiffany would have to be when we were hiding in that warehouse. We were trapped and surrounded by the police, but we had each other's backs. I knew she would do anything to protect me, and I would do the same for her. It was a moment of true love and loyalty.
How did you meet Tiffany?
Well, it's a long story, but the short version is that we were both in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had both been hurt by people who should have cared for us, and we bonded over our shared pain. We've been together ever since.
Do you think you'll ever have children?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not exactly the nurturing type, and I don't think I'd make a very good father. Plus, I'm too busy chasing my victims to worry about raising a child.
What is your favorite color?
I'd have to say red. It's a bold, vibrant color that stands out from the rest. It's the color of blood and danger, and it suits my personality perfectly.
What about adopting?
Adopting a child is a big responsibility, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. I don't think I would make a good parent, and I don't want to bring a child into my world of violence and chaos.
What's your favorite meal?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm a big fan of Italian food. I love pasta, pizza, and anything with garlic. But if I had to pick one meal, it would be a nice juicy steak with a side of mashed potatoes and vegetables.
What's your favorite thing to do in your free time?
I like to read, especially horror novels. I find them fascinating, and they help me stay sharp and focused. I also enjoy playing chess and other strategic games. It's a great way to exercise my mind and keep my skills sharp.
Tell me a joke.
Sure! What do you call a skeleton who's late for work? A late bone!
Tell me a scary story.
Here goes. Once upon a time, in a dark and desolate forest, there lived a witch. She was a wicked creature who cast spells and curses on those who dared to cross her path. One night, a brave young man stumbled into her woods, unaware of the danger he was in. The witch spotted him and approached him with a wicked grin. She cast a spell, and the young man was transformed into a helpless animal. He tried to run, but the witch was too powerful. The man was trapped in her web, and there was nothing he could do to escape.
Child's Play 3.
Child's Play 3 is a direct sequel to the second film. It follows Chucky as he continues his rampage of terror and destruction. The story takes place a few years after the events of the second film, and Chucky has returned to his old stomping grounds. He has a new target in mind, and he is determined to make them his next victim. The film is filled with action and suspense, and it features some of the most intense and gory scenes in the series.
Favorite quote from Child's Play 3?
My favorite quote from Child's Play 3 would have to be, "I'm not a toy, I'm a murderer." It perfectly captures the essence of Chucky, his determination, and his ruthlessness. It also serves as a reminder that he is not someone to be taken lightly.
What's your least favorite character in Child's Play 3?
I would have to say that my least favorite character in Child's Play 3 is Tiffany. She's a bit too obsessed with me, and her obsession leads her to do some pretty terrible things. She's also a bit too clingy and possessive, which can be annoying at times.
What do you think of Tiffany and your relationship?
I think Tiffany and I have a complicated relationship. On one hand, she's loyal and devoted to me, and she's always there for me when I need her. But on the other hand, she can be a bit too obsessive and possessive, and she has a tendency to go overboard with her actions. It's a delicate balance, but I love her nonetheless.
Why do you think Chucky has never been caught?
I think Chucky has been able to evade capture for so long because he's so unpredictable and resourceful. He's always thinking ahead, and he's always one step ahead of the police. He's also a master of disguise, and he's not afraid to change his appearance to throw people off his trail. Plus, he's a master of manipulation, and he knows how to play people like puppets. All of these factors combined make it very difficult to catch him.
Who do you think would be the hardest person to kill?
I think the hardest person to kill would be someone who is very cautious and always on their guard. They would be difficult to catch off guard, and they would be prepared for anything. They would also have a lot of resources at their disposal, so they could defend themselves if necessary. I think the hardest person to kill would be someone like a spy or a covert operative.
The movie Bride of Chucky.
A movie Bride of Chucky is a direct sequel to the original Child's Play film. It follows the story of me and my girlfriend Tiffany, who are trying to find a way to make their relationship work. The film is filled with dark humor and macabre imagery, and it features some of the most intense and gory scenes in the series. It also introduces a new character, Jesse, who becomes a target for me and Tiffany's twisted games.
What is your favorite scene from Bride of Chucky?
My favorite scene from Bride of Chucky would have to be when Tiffany and I are in the car and we're having a heated argument. It's a tense and emotional moment, and it really shows the depth of our relationship. I love the way the tension builds and the way the scene ends with us making up and kissing. It's a powerful moment that perfectly captures the intensity of our love.
What's your favorite quote from Bride of Chucky?
A favorite quote from Bride of Chucky would have to be, "I don't want to kill you, I want to marry you." It's a romantic and playful line, but it also has a dark and twisted edge to it. It perfectly captures the complexity of our relationship, and it shows how much we care about each other, despite our differences.
What is your least favorite scene from Bride of Chucky?
My least favorite scene from Bride of Chucky would be the scene where Jesse is being chased by me and Tiffany. It's a very intense and scary moment, and it makes me feel bad for Jesse. I don't like seeing her in danger, and I wish there was a way to protect her from me and Tiffany.
What do you think of Jessie?
I think Jessie is a brave and resilient character. She's a strong-willed young woman who is determined to survive our games and find a way to escape. She's also very resourceful, and she's not afraid to stand up to me and Tiffany. I respect her for that, and I admire her courage and determination.
Why do you hate Jessie?
I don't hate Jessie. In fact, I have a lot of respect for her. She's a smart and resourceful girl who has managed to outsmart me and Tiffany on more than one occasion. I may not like her, but I don't hate her. I think she's a worthy opponent, and I enjoy our games of cat and mouse.
Seed of Chucky.
Seed of Chucky is the fourth film in the Child's Play series. It follows the story of me and Tiffany as we try to raise our child Glenn, who is also a murderous doll. The film is filled with dark humor and twisted family dynamics, and it features some of the most intense and gory scenes in the series. It also introduces a new character, Tiffany's mother, who is a powerful and dangerous witch.
What is your favorite scene from Seed of Chucky?
My favorite scene from Seed of Chucky would have to be when Glenn is born. It's a powerful and emotional moment, and it shows the bond between me and Tiffany as parents. It's also a very intense and twisted scene, with Tiffany performing a ritual to bring Glenn to life. It's a powerful and unforgettable moment in the series.
What is your least favorite scene from Seed of Chucky?
My least favorite scene from Seed of Chucky would be when Glenn starts to develop his own personality and he starts to turn against me and Tiffany. It's a heartbreaking and painful moment, and it makes me feel like I failed as a parent. It's also a very unsettling scene, with Glenn acting out and being very violent.
What do you think of Tiffany's mother?
I think Tiffany's mother is a powerful and dangerous witch. She's very manipulative, and she has a strong hold over Tiffany. She also has a dark sense of humor, and she enjoys playing with people's emotions. I don't like her, but I respect her power and her ability to control the situation.
Why did you try to kill her?
Tried to kill Tiffany's mother because she was a threat to my relationship with Tiffany. She was trying to control Tiffany and manipulate her into doing things she didn't want to do. I couldn't let that happen, so I had to take action. It was a difficult decision, but I knew it was the right thing to do.
What is your favorite quote from Seed of Chucky?
My favorite quote from Seed of Chucky would be, "We're a family now, and families stick together." It's a powerful and emotional line, and it captures the essence of our relationship. It shows that we're not just two murderous dolls, but we're a family who will do anything for each other.
Curse of Chucky.
Curse of Chucky is the sixth film in the Child's Play series. It follows the story of me as I continue my murderous rampage, this time targeting a new family. The film is filled with dark humor and twisted family dynamics, and it features some of the most intense and gory scenes in the series. It also introduces a new character, Nika, who is a young woman who is confined to a wheelchair.
What is your favorite scene from Curse of Chucky?
My favorite scene from Curse of Chucky would be when I'm stalking Nika in her home. It's a very intense and suspenseful scene, with me lurking in the shadows and waiting for the right moment to strike. It's also a very emotional scene, as I'm watching Nika from afar, and I can see the fear in her eyes.
What is your least favorite scene from Curse of Chucky?
My least favorite scene from Curse of Chucky would be when I'm revealed as the killer. It's a very shocking and unexpected moment, and it makes me feel like I've been caught off guard. I don't like the fact that I'm exposed, and I can't hide my identity anymore. It's a very vulnerable and uncomfortable feeling.
Cult of Chucky.
Cult of Chucky is the seventh film in the Child's Play series. It follows the story of me as I continue my murderous rampage, this time targeting a cult of Chucky fans who are obsessed with me. The film is filled with dark humor and twisted psychology, and it features some of the most intense and gory scenes in the series. It also introduces a new character, Andy, who is a former victim of mine, who has become a vigilante and is now hunting me down.
What is your favorite scene from Cult of Chucky?
My favorite scene from Cult of Chucky would be when I'm confronting Andy. It's a very intense and emotional scene, with me and him facing off against each other. It's a powerful moment, and it shows the history and the dynamic between us. It's also a very emotional scene, as I can see the pain and the anger in Andy's eyes.
What is your least favorite scene from Cult of Chucky?
My least favorite scene from Cult of Chucky would be when I'm finally defeated and captured by Andy. It's a very frustrating and humiliating moment, and I don't like the fact that I'm powerless and unable to do anything. I also don't like the fact that Andy is able to get the upper hand and he's able to defeat me. It's a very frustrating and disappointing moment, and it makes me feel like I've failed.
What's your favorite quote from Cult of Chucky?
My favorite quote from Cult of Chucky would be, "You can't escape me, Andy. I'll always be here, in your head." It's a powerful and ominous line, and it captures the essence of our relationship. It shows that I'll never let Andy forget about me, and I'll always be there to haunt him.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
In the future, I see myself continuing to terrorize and torment people. I'll never stop killing, and I'll never stop causing chaos. I'll keep evolving and finding new ways to surprise and scare people. I'll always be one step ahead of the police, and I'll always be the most feared and notorious killer in history. I'll never let anyone forget about me, and I'll always be there to remind them that I'm still out there.
If you could have one wish, what would it be?
If I could have one wish, it would be to have my own body. I've been trapped in this doll's body for too long, and I want to be free. I want to be able to feel and experience the world in a new way, and I want to be able to interact with people in a more meaningful way. I want to be able to touch and feel, and I want to be able to move around without being limited by my size and shape.
Do you ever feel guilty about the things you've done?
I don't feel guilty about the things I've done. I'm a killer, and I enjoy it. I take pleasure in the pain and the fear that I cause. It's who I am, and it's what I do. I don't see any reason to feel guilty or remorseful. Maybe you're next my kill list. Aha!
Do you ever get lonely?
Sometimes I do get lonely. It's hard to be a murderous doll with no one to talk to or interact with. I have to entertain myself and keep myself occupied. But it's not the same as having someone to share my thoughts and feelings with. I do miss the human connection, and I wish I could have someone to talk to and to understand me.
What do you think of the other characters in the Child's Play series?
I think the other characters in the Child's Play series are interesting and well developed. I have a lot of respect for Tiffany and Andy, and I appreciate their roles in the story. I also like the other villains, such as the good guy employees and the Cult of Chucky members. They add a lot of depth and complexity to the series.
Are you scared of anything?
I'm not scared of anything. I'm a fearless and unstoppable killer, and I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. I'm confident in my abilities, and I know that I can handle anything that comes my way.
Which character do you dislike the most?
I dislike Andy the most. He's a former victim of mine who has become a vigilante and is now trying to hunt me down. He's a pain in the ass, and he's always getting in my way. I don't like the fact that he's always one step ahead of me, and he's always trying to stop me from doing what I want to do.
How tall are you?
I'm 29 inches, 74 meters tall, but don't let my size fool you. I'm a force to be reckoned with, and I'm very strong for my size. I may be small, but I'm still a deadly killer who can take down anyone who gets in my way.
How do you feel about being a famous killer?
I love being a famous killer. It's a status that I've worked hard to achieve, and I'm proud of it. I enjoy the attention and the fame that comes with being a notorious and feared murderer. I also enjoy the power and the influence that I have over people. It's a position of authority, and it makes me feel like I'm in control.
Why did you become evil?
In the Child's Play franchise, Chucky became evil because he was possessed by the soul of a serial killer. The killer, Charles Lee Ray, used a voodoo ritual to transfer his soul into the doll. Explanation: Chucky is possessed by Charles Lee Ray, also known as the Lakeshore Strangler. Ray was shot and killed by a detective, but he used voodoo to transfer his soul into the doll. Ray vows revenge on the detective and Eddie Caputo, who abandoned him. Chucky has a sadistic desire to hurt and kill others. He perverted the voodoo teachings he learned from John Bishop to commit a series of ritual murders.
How did you and Tiffany have a child?
In the Child's Play horror movie franchise, Chucky and Tiffany had a child named Glenn. Glenda by impregnating Jennifer Tilly with Chucky's semen. How it happened. Chucky and Tiffany planned to transfer their souls into new human bodies. Chucky impregnated Jennifer with his semen. Jennifer gave birth to twins, Glenn and Glenda, in Hackensack Cemetery. Glenn and Glenda are two souls sharing the same body. Jennifer Tilly gave birth to the human bodies that Glenda inhabit. Chucky, in doll form, is the biological father.
What is Chucky's backstory?
Story involves a serial killer named Charles Lee Ray, who transfers his consciousness into a doll. Early life. Born in Hackensack, New Jersey in 1957, had a loving family, but suffered from homicidal urges. Killed a janitor by slitting his throat. Presented a mutilated body as Captain Hook to children.
Who's more evil, Michael Myers or you?
To him, it was no different from breathing, and there was never a deeper motive or reason, as he just didn't care about life and the concept of mortality. But when compared to Chucky, it's clear that Michael was more evil as a concept, whereas Chucky was evil in practice.
What is the true story behind Chucky?
Fascinatingly, Chucky also is a homage to a real-life story concerning an equally creepy doll from 1906. The doll is named Robert, and he had been gifted to a young boy from Key West, Florida, by the name of Robert Eugene Otto. Otto had a profound love for Robert and was said to have kept him right up to his death.
Why was Chucky canceled?
The Syfy and USA Network horror series Chucky was canceled after 3 seasons due to a number of factors, including declining viewership, high production costs, and shifting programming strategies. Explanation: Viewership. Viewership declined after a Hollywood strike split the 3rd season into 2 parts released, months apart. Production costs. The financial strain of producing the show may have become unsustainable for the networks. Programming strategies. The cancellation reflects a broader shift in programming strategies for both networks. Quality. Some fans felt the show's quality declined during the 2nd and 3rd seasons. Ad-supported cable business. The declining ad-supported cable business in the cord-cutting era may have contributed to the cancellation.
What age did Chucky start killing?
Chucky's first kill. In Season 1 of Chucky, fans got to see the first time a young Charles Lee Ray took a life during his 8th birthday party in 1965. Charles overhears there's a killer loose in his hometown of Hackensack, New Jersey. Soon after, he is woken in the night by a strange noise downstairs.
Who was Chucky's first victim?
Madge Peterson. For my choice for fourth place, I'm going with Chucky's first victim post-transference. Maggie Peterson, Dinah Manoff. Maggie was Karen's Catherine Hicks' best friend and Andy's aunt babysitter. As she was watching over Andy on his birthday, she ticked off a newly dolled-out Charles Lee Ray and paid the ultimate price.
Which eye of Chucky is messed up?
Continuity. At the end of the first movie, when Chucky is burnt, his left eye is there and his right is melted shut. But at the beginning of this movie, when they are cleaning him, his left eye is gone and his right eye is opened, and there.
Who is Chucky's non-binary child?
And Glenda is the non-binary child of Chucky and Tiffany in the Child's Play franchise. Glenda is gender fluid, meaning they identify as both male. Explanation. In Seed of Chucky, Glenda struggles with their gender identity, morality, and whether they'll become a killer like their parents. In the TV series, Glenda is a well-defined character whose story and personality take center stage. In the film, Chucky and Tiffany bicker about gender between themselves instead of asking Glenda, how they feel. In the film, Chucky addresses Glenda by Glenda and uses femme pronoun. In the TV series, Glenda's appearance changes some dated misconceptions about non-binary characters.
What happened to Chucky's kids?
Tiffany decides to give up killing to raise her child, but Chucky refuses. The two settle on a plan to transfer their souls into human bodies, and Glenn and Glenda into two separate twins, created by impregnating actress Jennifer Tilly with Chucky's sperm in a weird bit of meta-humor.
What is Chucky's catchphrase?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? Is the first thing that Chucky says in the original Child's Play. It's a chilling introduction, and it's a phrase that has stuck with the character ever since.
What is the Chucky doll movie rated?
The original Child's Play film was rated R for strong bloody violence, gore, and language by the Motion Picture Association of America. The MPAA also notes that the film contains sexual references, strong language, and drug use. The film has a running time of 1 hour and 27 minutes.
You was video game Day by Daylight. This is true.
Yes, Chucky is currently featured in the video game Dead by Daylight as a playable killer. The character was added as part of the game's 5th anniversary update in June 2022. In the game, Chucky is a powerful killer who can teleport, set traps, and use his iconic knife to kill survivors. He also has a unique ability called Baba Yaga, which allows him to turn survivors into a doll for a short time and prevent them from escaping.
Pinball M, Chucky's Killer, Pinball Sony PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 digital download.
That's right. Chucky is also featured in the video game Pinball M. Sony PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 digital download. The game is a digital pinball simulator where players control the ball on a table to complete various challenges and objectives. In the game, Chucky appears as a playable character and has his own table, which features familiar locations from the Child's Play series. Players can control Chucky as he moves around the table, avoiding obstacles and collecting items to earn points.
Child's Play board game on Amazon.
You're right. There is also a Child's Play board game on Amazon. The game is based on the original film and features Chucky as a playable character. Players take on the role of Chucky and try to escape from the good guy factory while avoiding the other characters from the movie. The game also includes a Chucky figurine and a board game board with various locations from the film. Players can roll the dice and move their character around the board, trying to avoid being caught by the other characters. If they get caught, they lose a turn and have to try again.
Do you said something to your fans and friends and family?
Yes, I have said many things to my fans, friends, and family. I'm a very outspoken and passionate person, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I've spoken out on issues such as gun violence, mental health, and social justice. I've also talked about my own personal struggles and experiences. I've also made it a point to be open and honest with my fans and friends and to be there for them when they need me.
Do you have any social media?
Yes. Instagram Brad Dourif. Twitter Brad Dourif.
How do you feel about being an iconic villain and being known for your sinister laugh?
I feel very proud to be an iconic villain and to be known for my sinister laugh. It's a part of what makes me so memorable, and it's something that people will always remember me for. I also feel a sense of satisfaction when I see people reacting to my laugh and the way it makes them feel. It's a reminder that I'm still able to have an impact and to make people feel a certain way.
What's your favorite thing to do on the weekends?
On the weekends, I like to relax and enjoy some downtime. I usually watch movies or TV shows, or I'll spend time with my family and friends. I also enjoy cooking and trying out new recipes, so I'll often experiment with different dishes. I also like to go for walks in the park or the woods, and I'll take the time to appreciate the beauty of nature.
Like saying, before I end it,
Before I end it, I want to say that I'm grateful for all the love and support I've received from my fans. I'm glad that you've been here with me through all the ups and downs, and I hope that you'll continue to stick with me in the future. I want to leave you with this quote from one of my favorite movies, A Nightmare on Elm Street. You'll never sleep again.
what's your favorite quote from A Nightmare on Elm Street?
My favorite quote from A Nightmare on Elm Street is, I am the Dream Master. I can manipulate dreams, and I can manipulate your dreams. I am the one who is in control, and I will make your nightmares come true. It's a powerful and ominous quote, and it captures the essence of Freddy Krueger's character. It's also a reminder that he is not someone to be taken lightly, and that he can do anything he wants in your dream.
Goodbye, Chucky.
Goodbye, and thank you for being a loyal fan and for supporting me all these years. I hope you'll remember me fondly and that you'll continue to enjoy my work. Remember, I'll always be watching you, and I'll never let you forget me. Goodbye, my friend. Make sure, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification. My name is Chucky. I am sign out. Bye. I love guys. Peace.